A broken system. A failed system. With all the money they don't pop as Salon police. The judiciary of Sierra Leone. The last time where the European Union come, where the European Union come, what telephone and not talk? The judiciary go there, make paper. They write langa one. We talk and yeah. If I am found wanting, if for one reason, are they at a crossroad with the law, at least make her get a legal representative. At least make her get a day in court. At least make me family they know. Even if you think say he's an outcast, to your own standard, even if you think he's an outcast, because this is what people are discussing in Asabia. Even if you think na mama bonam, he get fambulem. Even if he is wrong in whatever he do right now, even if them people and when they arrest with them all, we young preso koroma, even if they are wrong, let them yeri den case na court. Let them yeri den case. What do we constitution say no? What do we constitution say? Today, you dey defend Sierra Leone police. You dey defend Sierra Leone police. God help we. But Salon police don't tell we say. With all waiting they do, you have to take them 10 days. 10 days. 10 days now you go take them. Okay. Let's see how this end up. At the end of the day, they don't go big. As always, they don't go big, then say let them pull the case to court. How long do we have to? How long, boy? Salon court case. Most that's why they una go big. Una go big the people them. Una go big them. So Salon police go hold them husband and wife for 6 months. I don't know what's in a bit in crime. Okay. Again, we can see some people and they ask question. Salon police say, and they in detention, or LAJ they in detention, because then they investigate, a complaint we meet them, say then thief with fate. Then thief with fate. Now the complaint we meet them. What's in then thief? It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. When we dey see things, now I make the lawyer say, maybe today, you know the beneficiary. We're all victim. Then tomorrow, we now go be the beneficiaries, you go be the victim. But how long pan that? How long will go dey pan do me or do you? How long? You know they pay. You know they pay. Do me or do you? You know they pay, bro. So they say then still they talk to the team for letting them know who's can charge them for press. But you get for take them 10 days. But they don't already tell we say na thief with a violent act. Them feds. If that's the case, let's say that's true. Eh? Let's say it's true. Let's say not true being. We suppose for them for don't go court. Not so. They don't do it in again for do. They do it in again for do. But now they crepe head, inject, beat with cable, with rubber, not give them hits. Na boxer no more, they make them lay down and be a gun for waiting. No, for waiting. Why? Come on. Not to cut the sentence so. Now say all this person say appear na court. All the person say appear na court. Then where maybe Human Rights Commission go take this now. And right now, if you go na town, you say let's go do survey. Where people and go talk, Salon. In fact, Salon police they used to. Salon police, I beg. Then they used to. But we want a better Sierra Leone. We want a Sierra Leone where we will get a system. Also, we will get institutions, then we will get integrity. If institution make less somebody mislead them, they do the wrong thing, they will come out and say it. Institution where the head go look ping, he say, this is messed up, I resign. Not get an salon. Who say you they see an old big man? In a toilet. In the naked video they show. He no resign. Who say they see big man? In naked picture they show. He no resign by position. Who go resign? But me own feeling I just tell you. Say me feel to say, if na be ordinary policeman they just take up on themselves and do this, then for don't go there under the boss. But it was orders from above, and I make them give you this cook story for saying they get an holding center where then they bab person first. Which kind of a blade where they use for barb them? Now the same blade they take barb they all? With AIDS and syphilis and all this kind of a thing the way they pass? Which kind? Would have been Dede? Which representative be Dede? We go team up say, yes, I was there. The police been put to for let team up as independent people. Let us see say then change the blade. Let us see say then be read for them around the right for say yes. Now this holding cell or they can put you so then they crepe you aid. So it's just the police and the people who they arrest. You gonna say who say they see and self oversee say then they when I all till that. I pray God. Make you know reach na crossroad with Salon police. I pray God for you. Me, where they talk so, I don't ever want reach na crossroad with Salon police. Salon police, I don't ever want reach na crossroad with them. We then go get person, we go make that one call. My brother, your destiny is being questioned. Yeah? I don't take so much time on this, but I feel say all the people that will be they ask, well, you know, Okay. Claude, he say, LAJ for do better now. In question the way they ask, why make not always LAJ? Why? My brother, let no go debo. Yeah? Law no go there big. I beg I dey beg you. Yeah? Because if now you are rich, me go go for you again. You know, sometimes it just finally address issues. The term we cow dinero, we will deal with anaya. A mad sin. Cow dinero is on tip. It they tell Bobo they let them beat mad sin. It they tell them say una not chukamo. Una not chukam. Una beat sa no more. Then be creeping it. At the end of the day, what you talking about just now? Not to for say una go beg the people them, una beg, una talk am, it done. Not to say it done. Eh? But now, you say what to make always na large. Me, I need to support nobody. Oh. Eh? I need support nobody. I need support. If you sabi me, can't listen me platform. Me na bembeske music me like. Or music fine. Now I dey play. Yeah? As long as music fine I dey play. And now there nobody in camp. Nobody in camp another. But as we talk one thing, and say why not this one thing? Let's say okay, it come in contact with law. Yes, it come. Let's say law. Okay, law agree. That's why we get police and we get system. But we two just explain all now. It's a broken system, and that not to say supposed for me. Not to say for me. Not to say for me. Let the system work. Let me say, yes, now so it be, then carry and go. If first you put on you hold in center, treat and right, with all in human dignity, unagiam. And this is not only for large, with all the other people them. How many times you not make program then aya? When I go here, you say prison overflow, this and that, who they call with an aya? Inhuman treatment for prisoners them, who they call with an aya? Say then they tell you say now then they try for waiting move Pademba Road, then they try for decongest all and say we they talk about her. So not to say, oh, say well, why not? No. People come in contact with the law for all time. But let them do their work. Then the individual learning lesson, we all move. We not take a make story. Come on. We hope say somebody get for resign for this. Even though that did not come on as Sierra Leone. But somebody should be ashamed and resign for this. Instead of making up stories. Just they take like. How long will go deep under one day? So these are all make up stories, man. Trust me. They say no to two. But at the they want to tell we, okay, we don't hear you now. We don't hear you, huh? Tina so una say. So una say. We just need a system where they work. If it be say me self way si doya so, now me come in contact with I broke the law, let the law take in course. But you not get for dehumanize me. No, it is not done. It is not done. You don't need for dehumanize me. Papa God, help you. At the salon this will get. At the salon this. I got that point. Sometimes it's just scary. It's scary. Sometimes they sit down and then come together. They don't go to the mall, they don't go shoot people. They just want to pack and go home. But when you look back, go there. Then go thief you. Then go this thing. I beg bo. Like out us friend. Let we hear what thing he gets for we today. Welcome on board us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks for the effort. We don't give a lot for explain this issue when issue when like a wildfire really with everybody get concerned about regarding the treatment of a musician at the country Sierra Leone. But here is the issue: they say the law day and the institutions and they, and we dey talk about the citizens. But we dey see only three things there: the organizations and what they around. They see say the hostile. We dey see institutions and they perform their duty in a hostile state, and we even dey see hostile citizens and they on the side. But when you look at all these areas of people and being convicted or people and being detained or people process they go on, what you dey detect, pana? Now abuse of process. Me see this as an abuse of process in the law. The reason why they say now abuse of process, the procedure where you see say the institutions and they carry out, whether then they try for the command, whether they in charge of decision making, they get subsets of organization into another organization. Let us see the subsets, like you see now, you see Benghazi, you see like this other area subset from waiting at the procedure. The simple procedure here, you go ask yourself if the process they reflect the standards of the institutions that we concern. Any process, what they don't do so now, it reflects on the standard of that institution. Then the question would they ask on this more, or what thing did they do? We get justification for sure the process or the law or the constitution. So, but you see, the process it look a bit of a jigsaw from all the stories that we give. But what we will see more come out outside now the process we now a kind of abuse of the process. It is quite different from addressing public order offenses, which is separate. Because people then they take this issue now say that two different issues and they therefore not look at looking at the area of public disorder, how will they approach public disorder, and looking at the area wherein you they carry out a process with a legal process so that you go able to prosecute somebody. Because prosecute somebody, you just get different stages, simple different stages. Because you get stages and where you go say now, waiting at the criminal damage, waiting at the assault, waiting at the possession of waiting they do, where they actually go possess it, they possess something from there, or they possess something while they carry out the offense. And it was their righteous conduct. You go play farm to the law, wherein you go able to bring this, and the law where you go say, okay, now I get a legal case towards this. I get a cycle where I will able to present towards this case. So you get the process wherein the organization where they do this process, they know they take them from a right way, but there are loose ends, and then loose ends there, and again subsets of the areas where they talk about how the legal process they go. And the area of this legal process, they say this the OSD, then we don't come out from an historic area wherein they handle people with a very hard like a strong hand. So during this process, that culture they don't they trend, and you get again the process of the hostility where they come from. They want them within the institutions. They will get a culture of the one them wouldn't they buy in the street. What do I mean by buying in the street? This is a market of human beings with behavior. They see institutions or you as a person where they go to market. You want to go buy shoes. You go say these shoes until now shoes where they last me for long, or now shoes where I they use for clean hill, or now shoes where they wear for swim, or now shoes where they use when the season they come. So we get people in the society. Here at the time when they talk about people are lazy, people they get this behavior, people they get this behavior. You as an institution, now the area now one day now where you get for see when are they employ people who get for carry out a process, a job, I get for look for people who are they recruit. But if I misinterpret that culture, what be done they say, person way stronger is person way banner person wey dey cause trouble, or person wey no do well na school, or person wey like for cause trouble, wey get mind wey no dey shame, na him I go take I put for certain place dem wey na institutions of dignity and ethics, wey get behavioral pattern wey dey for look to you, the person wey dey go hold, and you wey dey go hold am back. So you dey see say dem dey create areas there, they don create am for long. So that culture dey there. So Jama, person wey get mind, no put am na him dey at the front. He get mind for shoot. He get this. So you dey see all these cultural areas dem wey dem get problems still for change, so that dem go able maintain the ethics and the moral of their institutions that will be don get hostile behavior, so that the one dem back home na the organizations that wey dey like music organizations, musicians, or people dem wey dey do anything in the society, how dem go able for adapt, because they say they can get hostility. Then you come out to the citizens, or the ordinary citizens, and now how they hostility they go when you talk about public disorder. But it all the trend down to behavioral pattern. The institutions then will go able to understand you as an institution, for understand your mandate, how you go able for put out a case. Because if you're not able to get those areas where you go able to identify the positive behavior, because when you talk, even the law come tomorrow and go say, and they say, what's in lead them in state of mind? The man swear, then he ask you, then they argue. You know, one look like it will happen. So you see that there are windows then where the constitution they always they work with of each area, of each law, of each department, or of each institution. So these are complicated things where you see the police then therefore they work on how they go able for put the human behavior, because now the main thing. Because when you as an institution where they go execute a problem, say, well, I they go there because me I get mind what I do, when she be blonde, I they arrest you, or I they do this method, then you then deviate from your own purpose what they put you for. You will see how one side of the life for put out, say, well, now this and this, now in the not for do, now this and this I not know. So what you see from now subset of the of processes, because there was a subset of then you don't work with them before don't do. Then put now, then you call now for prosecute. Now for then go investigate, then prosecute, then get evidence, what then go able for show now the court, then go recommend, and then the court now go say, well, we'll convict this person. But for letting process they let them go, una know they take them, una they go within abuse of process with them. Una therefore do investigation, una they do more of a prosecution now. When they execute something, then it become questionable. But there are no standards. Then we go see the process there. Then be to standard. Nobody no go see them be to standard. Now kind of something what they create within. You see, they create within. And that culture they will therefore look if God will make them understand that culture of that particular thing called Benghazi. I believe there are people who be not aware say it did it. But when he say when he reflects on you tomorrow, where you would at the other opposite end, now that one day he therefore be, because you the recruit, you they go to the market for look for that shoes where you they wear for let you go use for clean heel, you they go wear them because he get iron at the front, where you see the metal on the front side because now safety shoes. But you either transform that shoes, they instead of you use them for go protect yourself from the hill, you either use them for go kick somebody, then you damage your foot. So you see how they see the purchase of property of the human capital, how you transform them to something with an evil one, or how you use that mallet, where that man would they produce what they use for make machetes na the farm. They put the metal hot in the fire, it becomes very hot. What they use that heavy metal for heat them, that they work. But when you use a heavy metal, when they use that metal for transforming shape for cutlass, you go na farm, you say, well, the bangade, I want to make not well. La just can't do a quick. La begin the knock and Buddha mallet. They say the job is absolutely, you can't distinguish now between the kanda of the thing and the thing. You use a small stone. So you're using things in appropriate way and appropriate time. So that when the stage reach for let them use a heavy hand, they use them. The cuts that they get for decide. Now, these are the area where they try for talk say this loose ends between the area where you for left the one way responsible for executing your duty, responsibility, in authority, the standard way you get, you left and get. But when una they interfere upon areas where una get for do prosecution of a case, then una be able to put them, then they transform what's in a holding center to a kind of a jail. Because no say jail na there and the people in the wait, or the one they do small crime or they wait a trial. It's different now from a holding center. And then we not see the prisoner, they therefore go do long term. But then they misuse the prison now. Who send a long term a criminal, and then they go take person, when a person supposed for in a jail, then they go put them. Because Kademba Road is not a jail, it's a prison, you see. But all this, they come from the area where they hope say the legal ill body will be done, they exist for a time now, when about a few years now ago, they were able to give them more emphasis for letting them go stretch out the arms so that the European Union and then the government of the day together with the donor agents, they finance the way and they do that, they direct them to the right areas where they will introduce a model of psychology, where they will introduce a model of understanding behavioral patterns of people, them, where you go understand, say, the nurse come, you get that sorry heart for, I just call nurses them, but say, you get that sorry heart for see patient, not to one no more, they say, you get that in it. If you don't even get that tradition, they can change them. But let's not go put person where it go difficult for changing in behavior per institutions them what would they need for transform. That's not the point what they like for establish here. So each of the institutions and therefore they change them model gradually. Give them scenarios. Let's say scenarios they will take care go to classroom. How this they cause public roar. How this they cause public outrage? How this they do? That anything they have, we not get for do again, the stage by stage, based on a cultural style. Because when then they come for carry structure, now una the Tinapra Parliament, una open the stage, una say officially we don't launch this program. Let the EU then go ahead. So una get for look now if una ready for change, the culture, una own behavior, how the people in lifestyle don't gradually change. What's it make them change? You get the internet, you get the social media. So you as a leader, how you go react to social media? If that man they don't sing the sing, how you go react to them? How you go try go now in your shoes? Instead of you become repellent from your suggestion. You therefore get an accommodative room as a leader. Your leader as a leader, you have to have an accommodative space. When leaders are not having accommodative space, now in they cause this. Because what are you in? Therefore, let the country say one people. Make you get one nation. Make you get a direction where people and they go. But when they left passenger in a road, when they get for block the road, they get for so this is not what you want in development. Development gets a big challenge as a leader when you get for accommodate all this. That's you get for accommodate them and know how you go deal with them. And secondly, I want to get the government, the other point of the government try. Because you see what will happen in the guy in life. It's been having what is called material resistance. Anytime they pull out in the tower, nobody no go stop for say, let us look at what is happening with you. Am I going to support you? Or am I going to make them get resentment more with other factions? Or with the talk case? No, not use the enemy for say that man no go beat Chade. Well, in our enemy, we know him. Then I mean on shopping, what they go do? Because that man is an enemy to LAJ. That man they now enemy to this or this. So I they put this again position so it go find way for pressure this because I they create an environment where they na me on buying because I go protect them when they make me but I go talk for me. So you they deviate the process of making the country in one direction. It's very difficult when you as a politician they get this all these challenges. I've been on a few times where they don't call few musicians the one time, then go talk to them, but I don't know how the process may last. You see, you have to stop this area of resentment in politicians, in the civil society, because we not go blame some of the musicians. You will blame them, but you don't blame them too much in singing songs when are they mind that they sing for help. So if you create those areas, then you not see that culture in the day, then you begin to drop the tug of war. Let me bring this man at my own section. Then that one day go in that section of tug of war. You cannot ever have a peaceful nation because you just will create the media as an open space. You therefore create anything should be independent. Just like what I'm trying to say. They have to be independent of the existence for a purpose. The police independent. Musician there, you empower them. Let them do what they do. Independence. So that behind they go get cohesion. Not to that in a way you go put set fire. It's a lot of things where they delay with development. If you look at me, any how we turn the globe of development now in the country, then therefore look at them from all those perspectives. But the point is accommodation. If you as a leader you cannot accommodate, there will be a lot of problems. When you're able to accommodate, that is, they see say the command, the one them way they did for the day, then we'll say, una go do this for we. And they're gonna do it based on the culture. If I'm not doing you go find special mercenary, they will go deep and then units, then they shack they will not go there. Because now una get mind, una get wicked mind, and able for wicked person. No, you don't get sorry hearts, now you for there. And when those people are there, they keep doing it. One day they will be tired because there is a retirement stage. There is a stage where they go reach. And now they see what would they see more far they go? Would they see say things are revealing because we always talk to it. This is not a world where the police and get for no see. They wouldn't they talk something. Now radio will not get records. They really don't play but really. But na archive some of them they go na radio, but na radio some of them with Facebook or with page them who they who you did then they force you tell you they can't say something where you not for say. Now they don't begin to tell you say Benghazi. Now they talk if they do so because it been there on the rumor. Now then they tell me say that's so then lawyer they make. Now they educate we now. Educate you now. They wait the people then go wait back for see how are you going to change from those stories where other cases happen when you don't reveal the story, say you have all these minor areas that we deal with in a procedure way. So God help we, let we institutions, we society, organizations and leaders accommodate so that we will avoid tight lipping where the society will get tight lip, for talk, padlock, then we get freedom of progress of peace and unity. Thank you very much. Let God help our leaders. It's a very hard travel. We will travel very hard, but we'll reach it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman.
You're welcome. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I want to say thanks to Usman for your summary for today. Welcome on board, Aissatou Kejalo. Doctor, you get the platform.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and good morning to many others. I hope see we all do well. Thanks to you, thanks to his friend, and also to everybody who did listen, and also to AYV who didn't conduct that interview with the spokesperson for the police people that now we country. And as we all know, or as we all on the question as to which they go on with this particular gentleman, we now Sierra Leonean, an artist, we don't they encounter so many issues then with the law. But we believe, say, in this particular light, there are some, human right violation where they go on where we feel say need for be addressed, need for be um take, you need immediate action. And I they really say this action not for only depend on the IG for the Sierra Leone police, but also for come from the, we executive, person when are the president of Sierra Leone, given that countless times in your administration we don't see which they go on with this young man. The last time was because it was very vocal and also very use vulgar language towards another citizens, and we see how that turned. To me, right after that I been in a salon, I kind of bump into him. We attend an event, but I didn't say anything to him, but like you see the person, but he seems very disturbed in the sense which I see. Sometimes we get multiple issues then with the law, and even if you get talent, and we all know say you get talent, even then two first song them where you play, where the program start, you go see say that somebody really is talented and he's saying things that are the realities of things in our country, Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, I feel say there's a lot of things where this man need, where I feel see people then for come on board and see how them go support them. I dey talk because of I dey look at the whole thing holistically, not just because of the fact which don't happen, the detention, the claim say they don't babbing in dada take off in dreadlocks, and also do unto other people then we they part of this whole case right now, which I will touch on. But on your notes, I believe say there is some need for a psychological evaluation where it can to how it dey cope with them issues they are with the meet am countless times. This it dey make person, you really not only become suicidal, it dey affect you well-being, it dey affect how you dey process things, it affect how you go even live in a society. And as we dey always say, we dey overseas in we sometimes even where we know they get problem with the law, just being here, just being that foreigner, for say you not a black person, you not African descent. Because let me tell you, as long as you call your name, you know, they know say you not to a citizen, meaning you're not a citizen, but you're not a foreigner, not this land. We they see how, then they treat black people them with them born inside the United States. Let's start with that. The only thing is then get voice, even though that voice is still not strong yet. We don't see what thing don't happen. To many people them waking, find themselves with the police. And sometimes then they people them way born black picking them when they're on the street. The fear is where you go. The moment you see a police car, put your two hands them up. Let them know say you not get gun, you not get nothing. But this man they na in your own country we call Ion. Now they born. Yes, he may have stayed overseas for some time, but returned back home for say let you go there and do something. And for find out say okay, there was a robbery. Now this is something they have to say. It's an alleged, a robbery will need for investigate. But even when you arrest somebody, they not or they not a detention, for whatever purpose, I not see why it make any sense for let you come and violate them in this way where it be say the arrest self is not correct. Now this now the things way under the human right, violations, when are the arbitrary arrest now in this young man don't encounter at this point because there is no basis for waiting to go on and they need for do something about it. And then we they call on human rights activists in our country, or people them where they really advocate for people then write them for let them stand up and then see how they go mobilize themselves for make sure say this case become something where not go repeat itself. Because it's really sad and for CC, if you go to your own home country, you not feel safe in any way, law forget the fact that this young man or this man don't they go through issues them with the law, but law talk about what thing they go on right now. And I not feel say any of we they try for tag this along with the previous things and we don't happen. Law focus on what thing happen now because I believe saying I did the problem day and waiting make people then the question say you don't arrest suppose individual you feel say there was a robbery or there was something that he be involved in, but does that give you the right for say let you say what I need for shave you here off or maybe do other stuff them. And then also would they really say them be inject them with a medication or chemical for either sedate them, meaning for make sure say it dey at a point where you not going to move then you will still do what they need for do. For would I give you that right for make you sedate somebody without in consent where it be say not to harm to himself, not to harm to the other person where they around them? Because now some of the reasons and then they where they make if we where they walk now hospital no say waiting at some of the a reason where it's like a patient in a psychological ward, then you only sedate this patient where they know say this patient is self-harm or that individual is self-harm or harm to others, and again they can usually give them 72 hours for wherever treatment they get for do. Sometimes you need a court order for make you do anything with those patients. Now that court order and they give you the right for do certain things where patients they at risk for himself or others. And law compare the same thing where it can to the police officers them actions them towards individuals or towards citizens them na the country. Would I give them the right for do such thing? If they did it, it is wrong. If they did it, the government need for stand out and stand up and voice this out and condemn them for no say it not right. No citizen not deserve to be treated like this. And we know say like I don't say in the opening, for me yes, I feel say psychological help is needed for make sure say this man no go get issue in how he dey live in life going forward, because constantly you dey face yourself in the hands of the authorities as to why. People then they ask why, then will continue for ask why, because you know what, there is no answers. If you feel say this person really the things that way you accuse them of, now in the do am, or he dey do am, and then say he dey do am with sound mind. You feel say like them for don't left farm the last time we them be arrested. Law begin to ask me seven questions there. It's just like then you do am out of something, a grudge or malice, something that's been going on, where them feel say, then just feel say, we are waiting for him. We dey wait for her, we'll get him. Wait no more, we'll get him. Now that's me to look at. Now Lord talk about the other people that we got involved in this. For example, I would take Prezo Kuroma, we just go there as a representative of a group of, because it represents, people them with the artists them, or like, you be don't say what's in entitled in that in the beginning. So what sense does it make? So in other words, if me, you, or anybody within the media landscape where they advocate for people that are the country, choose for going to police station and we say something, one or two words, then we arrest we. So now then we talk about freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of citizens then at the country, in the reign now we country. Then we dey talk about we judiciary system na the country. We really need a clear, it is show say we really lack proper judiciary systems or measures them now we country we need for be addressed. There's a big hole in this, and that hole need for be filled, so that then go really the lawyers them, the judges them, the Supreme Court, judge them. Now it's time for let them really speak up. There's too many people that needs to come on board for ensure say them will put a stop to something like this. Then we go in for the police them. I don't know the type of training where then they get. I don't really know the type of training where then they get. Somebody question, and I think myself we don't question her once before. Within at the minimum requirement, for make somebody be a police officer na Sierra Leone. Because we feel say there should be at least a secondary school level of education, with that along with the police academy training, because somebody needs to be taught how for deal with issues them. Then therefore take not only the physical part of the training, but also something we get for deal with how you treat human being them. If you day you job, you two things and way for protect now life and property, and you don't know waiting for do where it come to this person in welfare or in well-being, or how you for detain them, or where you detain them, how you for handle the situation with them. I think say they need to be trained in those things, and that not only for train I want them, there should be a continuous education, a yearly one too. We also see if we will follow George Floyd in murder case, because me I follow every case every day. The questions they ask these police officers, the training them where they need for go through. If anybody they talk about criminal justice, I'm sure you go think about some of the things and where every law enforcement officer for they go through for make sure say where you make some judgments them. When things go wrong, they're going to question you training. And I feel saying that some of the things and this where we for question, there is a need for proper training when it comes to the police officers them. So LAJ, this is tough. I don't know wherever you are. This is really tough. It's a tough one. With the hope say you get help at the end of this whole thing. You get help. You really get some kind of psychological help. And another thing where I be don't note for say I want to say sometimes then where people then even then they arrest them, or when they in a prison, or then they then convicted, when they bring them a hospital, then get police officers and where they guard them. You know, they say anybody they treat them different. They treat them just like a patient. The only thing, then get a police officer where they sit down next to them na the bedside for make sure see they know, then they may have the handcuffs, or the cuffing at their leg, then can, unlock them, for make sure say if they need for give them medication, some kind of treatment, it's there, they are there. But we don't treat them any different, any different from that regular patient, because for we not to we job and we job now for take care of the patient, and no say we dey treat every patient the same way with that dignity, that respect, that compassion. And I feel say same get for go for police officers. When you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with individuals, you get forget respect for that human being. You get forget some kind of compassion in you act in what you do, because don't just say, like beat this person, make him black and blue, or make sure say I bust in nose, make sure say he bleed all over the place. That day I would not solve the problem. And we already know Sierra Leone in general, where people then can make mistakes. Mistakes like if you're not driver, God forbid you hit somebody. These people themselves na the street, they beat you. Not to talk of police officers. So we really need help when it comes to with judiciary in the country, or the way the laws and they go on. But at the end, which the statement say, we president need for say something now, the IG not come out it, because all of the reform now the media spokesperson for condemn things like this, for see really waiting at the root cause of this particular arrest and waiting they go on. And who said the cameras them been there? If they feel say there was, some burglary that took place, who said the cameras then be there? They don't go through them, they don't review them. Well, and now there should be a mandate. There should be a mandate for certain businesses them where they operate na Sierra Leone, especially where require crowd, we get for deal with money, and things like that. I think there should be a mandate, say, then we'll get camera where they get this surveillance. Yeah. So, and again, to trust the police in terms of investigation, me na one go say I not trust them. Me na one we go say they know what, depending on if you get any problem with the police and you take under the police, forget it. Already I've seen that within the last few one month, it's not even 2 months. So I'm not. I definitely won't trust police investigation now in country Sierra Leone. Not at this time, until the justice system or the judiciary gets fixed. Until that's done, forget it. This whole thing, with the hope say then release the other individuals them, because I don't know how somebody will be saying na news in the cover. It just end up for finding himself now this kind, predicament, along with the other one, then we go help family member or whatnot. It's just sad. It's sad and it's disgusting to even think about. That's all I can say for now.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to Dr. Esatuka Kejolo for your submission today on this one. I think the last time we talk now, yeah, concerning the last issue where LAJ been get to it asthma James at that time. Anybody will be the following, you know how we handle that one day now, yeah. And I think that was the help we were calling for back then, and I think say doctor just remind we again for continue for call the help, and at a talker, definitely we will talk on that after everything. We will see how we go handle that. Let we come with Alpha CC. Let we hear waiting 9 Ion take on this one. Welcome on board, Alpha. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to say good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to listeners all over the world. Triple is saddening for what they get every other day, every other week in Sierra Leone. And I want for really say sorry to my brother, because society they don't really infringe on in career, because in drug lord na part of a model, in a part of a design. So that design they use for make money. Now you cut them automatically, you don't reduce by the man in design first of all. You know, Now I make many people they anticipate for Siam high Talek. Like we doc the sages no psychologically it don't affect them. And I talk about the physical one first of all. Psychologically it don't affect them because stay in the comeback for to a normal mind again. We go dey remember say me regular na so me don't day. Now this kind way me here me don't tell it. People like me for me and then thing then they it will be really for affect LAJ. But I come back to with police. I listened to the deputy spokesman for the police. We first of all, in the first statement, he condemned the whole act. Then, of course, when you look at the press release, it's a different story all of a sudden again. But what I want to say, any area or any institution we get we come against within the constitution of the country say, now the constitution they prevail. And one thing I want for like we all know, the constitution of Sierra Leone say a man is presumed innocent until being proven by a court of law. So they don't already begin deal with LAJ. Court of law not even prove the man itself. They not even take and go na court it. Why you go dehumanize somebody and then you say na part of una procedure? Una procedure na there a particular department there or that particular police cell there or holding, because that's not a holding center. A holding center, I did a research on a holding center. I get a lot of photos, videos of holding center. Now this part of the world. If people want to upload them later, media, let them see them waiting at holding center. But that in a church or center. Because if you can somebody go there, by the time you come, the person they come inside it don't lose shape, it don't lose in condition, then you can't tell me it's a holding center. You can't describe what is it. What say that on the holding center that one day. But let's come back to they say that's not the procedure for the holding center. The procedure of the holding center, contrary to what the constitution say, contrary to human rights. So who's one for stand? It is very clear. Any side where the law come in contact with anything where they go against the constitution, and the constitution they prevail. So the police has no way where they balance this one. There is no way where they balance them. This now we problem will get in Sierra Leone. We know they accept with fault, and any situation where somebody not accepting fault, people, you know what's in the happen, that person not ready for change. The police need to hold up to their responsibility and apologize publicly to this brother and the family, to all the one that will don't get involved. See, people then go sympathize, go see this brother, then catch the all, go put them back. And I can tell everyone when they listen to me, yeah, all the other one they would go creep the aid now for cover up the issue of LAJ. Because these people, they're not involved in robbery, they're not involved in theft or whatever. Why they for go creep the head? Now for just cover up, say not to LAJ no more than creep. So now that make we do this one. But again, I come back to we constitution really, it don't give people with in authority so much power that the layman will continue for suffer. What I mean by that? Yeah, the police, first of all, not ever independent. I know will be independent until we change we constitution. The judiciary in Sierra Leone not will ever be independent until we change we constitution. Let's give some facts them or findings them for that. Let's begin with the judiciary. When you look at the judiciary, whether they pay the judiciary, now the government of the day, whether they select all the judges, now the government of the day. And no government or no presidents, no they can they go select judges where say this judge is strict and not go take foolish with them. So the best thing they do, they will always pick people, they will always pick judges where they know say go support their ideology, so even if you're not careful, some man gets party cards. The same thing to the police. Other than the is it chairman or waiting and call now the police board? Come on, now politician. Yeah? Now the vice president. So it's very, very difficult. Again, the police, sometimes I don't know if some man really know what they do. Now, only Sierra Leone, I don't say. I think I raised down the up very smart while here. Police big man, we get botting. They say their role now for protect the government of the day. Can you imagine that? If now this part of the world you resign, then they fire you immediately. Forget about that job for life. Your number one role is to protect lives and property and not government of the day. They even the singer all the same OSDs. Then with the singer and one parade where they get. So it's really, really saddening and it's sickening for our country. The other time when I make contribution na social media, AAA, we police are not trained. Not just because you wear police uniform, meaning you sabi policing. I could remember one poor boy we gets an incident with the deputy internal affairs minister, Lawrence Lima, when they fired that body in foot. I look the video, what they run me eye, AAA. Wetin do? The police go na the ground. The first thing what they do as police officer, these are frontline, we call them Air Force responder. When they go, the first person where they at risk, now first they try for say. But the bobo lay down a ground. That bobo the video day. The bobo lay down a ground. Police officer they go sit down, they go talk with the deputy minister, they grant interview. The bobo lay down a ground. Can you imagine that? So one recommendation I want to make, but that some people are going to text say why you not make recommendation with info for do. Every police, if I would have the opportunity, every police forget first aid training, therefore gets done. In fact, it will be a criteria. So when you go for an incident, when you see damage, incident, you force enough for save that life. But because the police, they're not, majority don't know, you waiting a human rights, they're not they train them, then they become associate. Because if police then train you waiting a human rights, even if you get order from above, because now the other thing that way just silence in this whole matter. In the first audio social media messages the woman they get, they're saying a call from above. Now I make them LAJ go yonder. So they don't take 10 shave that one day aside, because if we deep, if we investigate deep, we know so with the no side is that call they come out. Because if na facts, na what they call, then they investigate the man. But why they don't torture him, they don't beat him, they don't keep him angry to even to today while listening to the lawyer in interview. They say the clients not get food. They stop and don't forgive them, give him food. Why? Let's assume say he is guilty. But let the court prove him right. Let the court prove and say he's guilty and not the police. You police will not for go investigate. Now for all whosoever go against the law, can go to court. Now the court then they decide if this man go against the rule or not. But it's not happening. So now that make everybody they call on the government, you know, say the government will come out, even if the police big man not come out, because maybe they fast fire away for make a right speech where you can deliver. But this one, there is no way where police officer will defend this one, say it is yes, it's a right, now we procedure than any procedure where they against human rights, they against the constitution of Sierra Leone. The constitution prevail and the constitution they stand. So and the last one we me go say, now people we want for bring this thing to political scenario, say now politics, now this, now that. Now this me want for say to people to listeners them. You know, when you not fall in the hands of the police, you know know what people they talk. And with the prayer you not fall into the hands of Sierra Leone police, you go live for regret. Me don't dey na Lombly, them bang me motoka, Okada bang me motoka from Bien. Triple A, the thing with me see. Me when them bang back, now me go pay back. It's saddening. Okay. Me when the Okada bang from Bien, they come for them before. Now me back the police car all. Now I say, bro, God, really, Sierra Leone police need for grow more than this one. Will they call them force for good? I don't think this is a good result for a force like this. So me they call on everybody. Now we not sit down say because not we post it. I'm not a fan of LAJ. I'm not a fan of so many artists. But because this na Sierra Leone business, now because this now we country they affect because they all over. And now go look at we rating, human rights rating. We don't go down. Now people and they galvanize themselves for even protest na different embassies them around the world. You think say na good news? So them police then they need for be brought to book, and at the end of the day, them police then they for be charged to court for depriving or for go against somebody human rights. There is no way where somebody they go where they go able for defend this. There is no way where they go take any other procedure against or higher than the constitution of the country. And that's me get for say Tripoli.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Sierra Leone Police. The deputy media man, Superintendent Sayo. We don't talk just now, sir. Say, you need for can clear your name. Eh? Because what you tell me and what in another press release is different. Sure, different. I'll just take few calls. If you say want to be part of the program. Now your opportunity this before we go come with the chairman with the sports updates. The phone line open now if you watch on Facebook, looking at the green section. Now the numbers them, now they scroll. If you listen at the radio, for call WhatsApp only 232-78990-991. WhatsApp only 232-78990-991. Or you can call United States Direct or United Kingdom Direct. United States now 1-646-610-3107. United Kingdom now 44-739-803-0402. Please, when you come, just go straight to the point and we give other people a chance to talk. Yes, caller, you get 3 minutes waiting na your own contribution.
Okay, Mina Ibrahim Sisse from Los Angeles, California. First of all, thank you so much. First of all, let's begin with the spokesperson, number 2, whatever that person may be. This is so blatant, right? Like, it's unbelievable. So everybody listening, and I don't know who would actually, in the right senses, we go listen that interview there, na AYV with him. We go begin doubt whether this man know what he talk about or not, like the life for cover up, But that just show how then people like to manipulate things, and of course try for cover up, as much as possible, because this now one panel actually we showcase how maybe I can say incompetent, maybe I don't go see the whole entire force, but also I want to look at the other positive side. Say it makes certain statements and when it say that's not only practice of the Sierra Leone police, and that is good for us because it helps us understand say that only the ethical practices as we then recommend we acceptable. Now that's the Sierra Leone police for do. Unfortunately, in this case, it happened the other way around. So, which means, in your in statement, it condemn the act and we reflect on the Sierra Leone police. And the violation of the rule of law, the arrests are sorry for other people the way they say, hey, LAJ, LAJ. This is not just about LAJ. This is about the rule of law. This is about a society where we want for let it be decent. Let it replicate, the Western civilization, and that make we fight for democracy. We may be the Sierra Leone from 1996. People have lost their lives for let me get democracy because we subscribe to the dictates of democracy. Say now the best way that they how people then go able regulate their conduct and their behavior in a society. So we subscribe to democracy for let we go be decent people then for let the world look at we. Not so just as Sierra Leone way, then we'll talk about when I say Sierra Leone, now it's synonymous to bad things and all the ill things that we would think about. No, we want to present ourselves to the world serious. We are decent people, and we do that for sure the world serious. We able to do this, But if we see that kind of theory happen over and over again, consistently, the arbitrary arrest and unlawful detention of citizens in the country, the condition of arrest, the state of, it's just too much, And in this particular case, why, in fact, in the first place, like our doctor said, so this, constitute any violent arrest because, to a riotous conduct, the man approach the person is okay, let me go, I feel say the Sierra Leone police and their wisdom we believe in that it for be for just this not a peaceful person when I meet in a peaceful environment. When I come out and when I follow the procedures, like how the spokesperson say again. Number two, but when I don't do that, when I arrest the man lawfully, when I detain him arbitrarily, and then not sadly, the one SSF will go, the other people them, when I do the same thing to them. And when I deny this man access to illegal counsel, hello, where does that happen? I mean, if not to something else where they underneath, get for go this far, you know? And then the police, in as much as they get the force, where now we then derive that force from the people, then, they get for exercise restraint. And like our friends say, accommodation and be considerate in their judgment in enforcing the law, and they therefore be humane. When I make a judgment, when I make discretion, just like how you break a taxi driver from up gone to any side, you go look at him and say, okay, I mean, this man, he just begin like not take couple from him. We know how all things in the happen. When I the book, drivers in the book, you same way get for make that same judgment say where you arrest somebody, and look and think, say, okay, what thing? You use your conscience. Look at the situation. If it warrant you for let that person they go, just like our lawyer then the lawyer will advise you say this particular case, you alone can go court. Not to say the lawyer no one show say as in a lawyer. But if they look at the time, they look at other things that will happen where worth it. So why you go and bring up undue attention to yourself? Just like waiting happens so right now. Look, the whole world. They talk about this simply. The police right now for the engage in civic education as they approach election, how people will conduct themselves, and talk about the good things then. And that the police for the do at this particular time. But it's like it don't become a quasi, judicial procedure where they apply legal conventional proceedings. Anyway, let's not go too far. This is just too much. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. Let's call the caller on WhatsApp. You there live? Your name and who side the call from, please?
Yeah, Mina Rahim, they call from Madrid.
Yes, you get 3 minutes.
Thank you very much, brother. First of all, also I want to start because I'm not there on the program, but I subscribe now the YouTube and the other channels, and so whenever you do I they get like because my time different now, now almost 4 o'clock today. I was say pass participate. I will start with the program where I listen when people in the talk say Sierra Leone and lazy. It's sad where some of our brothers and sisters then say Sierra Leone and they're lazy. They think that they confuse dishonesty with laziness. Sierra Leone are one of the people that you go meet when are the most hardworking people them on this planet and the most resilient. You do oversee, you don't want to sleep in a dark, you don't want to sleep angry. Sierra Leone and they're magic people in the survive. Sometimes some people they don't do oversee so long they don't know what in they even happen as alone. They need to know how people and they even survive. You get your personal things there with your family members, or because all the one they were listening on YouTube, the examples that where they give on them personal things that we don't happen to them. It's not about generalization, So for me, Sierra Leone and you to see how much my brother me I happen for car work now with Man Country now, one of the biggest human rights organizations that we do almost all around the world, Why this alone I don't ever get an opportunity there. I've been dropped out. I work so hard for like I oversee. If I tell you how I can oversee, I don't want to go through all that story because time not there. But I happen for can work now with Man Country because of the opportunity where I can get. Salo no to be say I'm not serious, but in all day I get for drop out for do business for last survive and support myself and family. A lot of we sometimes and they is sorry, and then say government not able to employ people. Usa you now with Man Country, would that create the platform? Would that make the laws them? Would that they work for 300,000 with Man Country? Sierra Leone, the government, they employ people them. Then they work 5, 6 months, they not pay them. They even demonstrate, then they give them free talk them back. Yeah, you dey work now with man country 1 week self, they not pay you. Sometimes then they we Sierra Leone and they we can forget quick. But anyway, I left down there. They go to the people that within our parliament. We call them safe parliamentarians. Let them be shamed, let them shame of themselves. Then for matured enough and come and apologize to people for that nonsense we didn't be the go ask for. While listening and they piss me off so much, I don't know even wait if I even cry because it's sad. When they compare Ghana and Sierra Leone, people in the commode Sierra Leone go Ghana for medical. Now government that build the medical facilities and why the government need to do an salon. Them for just sit on man and just come out and I don't know, man. But anyway, Sierra Leone police, sometime then we don't know this constitution waiting they happen because they one and they then just are like remote or like toy, you know, then just they turn there anyhow, you know. Sometime then the laws then within they apply to people, then not people who will not get connection to the government or people who will not get money. And then they suffer the most. Because at the end of the day, look, somebody will kill that done polling issue. Somebody, they say, one green day now you go spend Prince Hardy, then left him. This somebody in a robbery, you say, when I get right for keep on 10 days. Don't Paul die. Somebody will witnesses then come out. This somebody go one green day. He go back now, he live as a free man. It's sad. Let God help. We'll all get serious governments in that country there. Then thing they all go, then we'll go pass through them one day. Now my own contribution, Dandy. Thank you so much,
Thank you
brother.
very much, Kola. You will they listen to it. Maybe you're not going to understand on Saturdays. Everything goes. So now things the more we don't deal with Naya during the week. Now the brother be the try for talk about. So maybe you could feel say a day off, but on Saturdays that's what we do here. Eh? So now just so you know why make we brother be they deal with that. Okay. Okay with this person. Look out this person. The person on the US line. Your name and who the call from, please?
Hello, Triple I, do this not Dominic Wife.
Yes, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sometimes we blame the police a lot, but we go for blaming parliamentarians too because the law within that country not they protect the police there. Really. Because this police then they work with the law with the parliamentarian, which they don't put in place, then they work with. How job out for them in that country. So that's more police work we don't get. Order from above, not something they play with. So the system here, after when they free LAJ or they release 2, 3 days, we manage that case, we move on. The normal way of Sierra Leone style need for stop. And the normal way the humanitarian organization they follow up cases because it's not a free that policy, they don't let that they don't forget about that. We really need for follow up on this one. Everything there for be get a start. If this could be a start for let things end in that country, we need for start from somewhere. It's not a stepping stone. Because 2, 3 days they free LAJ, they say, okay, that case we don't pull out of color, forget about that case. Everybody move on. After a month, you go see other things. Not to LAJ no more, or with Boko people, they go through a lot. We don't get voice, or we don't even get people there for talk for them. So the system, with parliamentarian needed, they need for put things in place between the government and the police. Government not for run policing. I don't know why Sierra Leone practice that system. This not to just this government of the day now they serve whatever they say now they do. No police for their independent judiciary for able run the country. Whether a government day or they for able run the country. and then they run under a government of the day every day. Then they get it by name too, but we need for vote for people that will be able to change some laws there inside the system. Or the system they really work for them with the opinion. So police are very able for play, but we the citizens time don't reach for not play with rule. If we not play with rule, now other 5 years crumble with it. So it's not gonna be the same like I used to be, but we need for steps from somewhere. This particular we need for follow up until we found who said that order come up from because the order we need for no side come up from not to no more order from the above the come up. That's where the left. We need for no side the order had they come up. But would I ever the follow up on this case as in Nigeria with itself need for follow up and no side that order they come up. Because police not the act alone. You must get somebody get order. Thank you. Then I need contribution.
Thank you very much, caller. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Mohammed Kamara from Manchester.
You get
United
3
Kingdom.
minutes, sir. Yes, sir.
This whole issue is three things involved here: lack of integrity, not own up to responsibility, and a disgrace to the state. Because first and foremost, okay, if somehow a mistake has been done by individuals act, the police should come out and own up to their responsibility and promise to get a proper investigation and deal with the issue. But because of most of our leaders in that country lack integrity, they cannot. Instead, they continue to lie to the general public. Because how can a police force that's supposed to protect civilians you dehumanize human beings like this? It's a disgrace to the police force. It's a disgrace to the police force. And for me personally, I believe that there are top officials in the police force that are supposed to resign. But because they lack integrity, they cannot do that. So the government need to take their own action and call some of them out. And this is not my for say.
Thank you very much, caller.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's call ID live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
You get 3 minutes, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to say, Salon police, now a politician police there. If APC can have power, na APC in the support. SAPP can have power, na SAPP in the support. But them police are so work right now. For the past 4 years, they do whatever craziness they do in that country there. That's so police then go kill people in Makeni. Nothing not come up on that one day. Then kill Natumbo, mile 91. Pandemba Road investigation. Nothing not come up on that day. They will not know what happened. Now so they start small. Say now the result to the see so now. We be say they go catch somebody because in a catch then go catch her. Not to say that any. They go catch her. They can't creep it, beat her, do whatever they want to do to her. When I LAJ, the Salon police when they get way out of hand. Way out of hand. But like I say again, I thanks to the people who contribute. The biggest problem in a salon is the constitution. Country go there. The chief of police, the big man, the president, the picker. How you expect for they do any work in the country? I don't expect to Vula for do anything. When the president pay they work for, you do nothing. Anything back, order from above. Man, the damage one they do na salon. The damage one they do na salon. Wanna be careful. Wanna very be careful. Wanna be I dey say this over and over. Wanna be careful. The damage one they do na salon. Wanna they left una people in trouble because next administration come back, they turn and give una back because I don't know they left na salon. I turn and give people in that country. They wanna be careful what una they do. Wanna be careful. Come to the bank governor. Mr. Bank Governor, I will say this again. Now the biggest mistake he can make in his life so. For bringing this new money. Now the biggest mistake he make in his life so. I will say this over and over. Salon, una don't destroy Salon down. Una not continue for destroy the country again. Yeah? If una not sabi how for deal with the economy, how for improve the economy, no, una not can destroy everything again by bringing this new money. Me at the beg una, at the beg una. The money una don't spend already for print that money there. Una just una put that on their side because now more money back una they can spend back for print more money again. Una just they continue for wasting money in that country there. Una not get one idea how to develop the country. The country just go backwards. Una be careful. Una be careful. Una get fumble in a salon. Una get people in a salon. Una be careful. You una treat people in another country. They go turn and give una back. Una be careful. You know, I just want to say, LAJ, the man stay strong. And the country this will all get. You say they go just violate you rights completely. Completely dehumanize you, treat you like say you're not a human being. And Salon sorry, man. Salon is sorry. Now sorry place that one day. Sorry country. At the time for even tell people they say Salon me come out. The way they treat your citizen there. It's embarrassing, man. I know. I frustrate. The frustration is too much to this country. At this point, I just give up, man.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Escolar, they live. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you. The thing is that what we is saying at this forum and any other forum right now, where this thing don't happen. Nothing no more will know about Salon. So we just repeat it to ourselves. It is not new to us anymore. That is the country where we have. That is the police force where then we don't hand over to Sierra Leoneans where they with man they left from donkey years. They not change. From Shaka Steven time. Say now. These are our own brothers and sisters. Half-bitted or whatever, they not ever change. So what do we explain to ourselves now? I think that what we already know. So me, the thing we are for the focus on, knowing we environment where we get Sierra Leone, knowing we culture, knowing we behavior, the discourse will forget now, what's in the way forward, rather than for the just police, na Salon, they are just the same from the beginning to the end. So now, and it not get for stop. So all this discussion will deeper. And right now, what they go on with LAJ, the question where I want to ask, who is losing in all of this? Na Salon police they lose, or na LAJ, or na we time no more with the waste? Those are some of the questions. And I don't really know. At the end of the day, we for learn lesson from some of these things there. The lesson we for really guide we for know the kind of environment where we did. Na Salon. That is just it. What thing I they think about who they talk about this, like LJ in barbing here or then shaving here, absolutely wrong. We all agree wrong. We all talk down the over and over say it wrong. But at the end of the day, let's be just honest to yourself for once. This money I hear the police then we don't get some lot of history, so at the end of the day, this we could describe human rights, all they can see human rights not in Africa. Not to talk about Sierra Leone. Even America would they say na struggle, they struggle. with the police there. We dey even teach we pikin we dey teach we self how to behave with the police. At the end of the day, you know, that kind of altercation, the way they get with police and where would they try for fine tune and it does not happen here. We know that. Despite the salon police get the excesses, where they're not ever perfect from the very beginning. But you as a responsible somebody, your duty, your first duty now for avoid. Because at the end of the day, now you know what for loss. All this explanation, all surrounding additional to it in the shop, ain't not get for change nothing. You as a responsible person, where you get family for feed, where you get picking for feed, where you get avoid them kind of thing in there. That is just the advice. All this talk will get for talking, not get for change, nothing. Like me, where they oversee, where they go salon, because I know the environment where they go to. They watch me behavior. Because at the end of the day, whether police or whatever I go there, way at the end of the day, na me dey suffer. We dey just see this uniform, but now just different people, the criminals, then are they inside this uniform from different houses, different background in we communities. Then now then we dey call police. So I dey ask myself if what happen when they see robbery na that fear station, if not be upline that thing may be happen. We say na jungle justice na in the wetin we for don't imagine we for don't happen. See robbery like upline, like then go or kono. It would have been bad. So me the advice is that then they always talk. They say when you talk to the dog, you talk to the bone. Because LAJ at the end of the day, some of you not Fabian. But all the time in him they come up, in him they come up. I know they do good for instance. Now na in there na jail or cell. Now na in here they come. Not we all they talk all this talk. Because half of the thing where they accuse them for, where we all the talk. We know they do those things. We don't do it. Then at the end of the day, when we find ourselves now with one country, we are the best behaved people, Sierra Leoneans, with different trouble. But when we in a salon, we know we environmental find ourselves. We know they avoid. When they talk about politicians, this talk here not get for change salon politicians. This talk here not get for change salon police. Nothing later, what are they talk? So what you for do as a responsible person, avoid those situations. Now, when they talk about lawlessness in that country, they will say a day on the rise. And whether they really propagate or they propel this lawlessness in a salon, my brother, now these musicians, and when I not get me wrong, I know the supports that cut in here, and may the Lord forbid, I know the one. But some of these guys, they really in a bad influence on a salon. Now they're in a bad influence. So at the end of the day, we don't the amounts to this. We the grumble say lawlessness. And LAJ, I know Sabiam. But these guys are some of the bad influence there. Now the method normal way they handle this in here business now in wrong. But all over, all the time, in name, we say we don't try, we don't get here. We know they benefit nothing as a nation from they can't here. If we don't do in America, then send a salon back. Then they go they prove to we back say now this is the reason why make them be sent. If not me, if we just don't suffer and try for fix himself. We they cry now, but we they holla, ain't get for die down just now. Now ain't get for suffer. So please, me I the advise everybody. If you get for in a salon, when you did diaspora, the best way for do now for advice. Make them stay away from them canteen. Because at the end of the day, where politics they come, where election they come, and this will get for then violence, then where then they recruit the young man there. Now we the ordinary people, then now we get for pay the price. Then bad when they don't begin bad there, it wrong. It wrong, absolutely. But if not, then they get for make that lawlessness to that country, they come down. May they just put her inside the law book now, say yes. Now Babi now get for the take place. But please, thank you so much. May God bless you.
Francis. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Let's call ID live on here. Your name and who side the call from, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ibo. This is Ahmed, the call from UK.
You get 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Now I want for really appreciate the way you do stuff and this platform, and may God bless you. You know, well, with the talk in regard to this LAJ in stuff, a lot of people they contribute and then they say, I know, in their opinion, fact. This country nowadays, some of we grow up, go school, go to university, we see different policing. But what is some of we they say, this not the worst time days. I see no crime with this guy commits. Let's not talk about lawlessness or a musician or we don't they follow these guys several times in problems, and I'm sure when they follow this platform for years now, every single thing they happen in that country they analyze that in a perfect way. LAJ, who's criminal, who's lawlessness, what he really they do? They say, oh, why you not they come on as what they come on for? So when the guy born and he right. What you actually they do when you follow what you analyze and what you will follow on social media with other platforms, this guy in human rights has been violated. This government is the worst policing system. Let's forget about then they work for the government of the day. Now, but can't you be human? You know, they look at the laws of the policing. You as a police officer, personally, we don't deal with different policing officers. They don't deal at the hierarchy. But are they behaving like this way? No. This is the worst. This is too much, my brother. This is just too much. Don't forget about LG. What about the other people? Let's look at what is happening. They started to the poor people there. They're killing. What they happen in certain areas and people they want to politicize them just because of the government didn't have power. They say it's normal. It's not normal, my brother. It's not. This is terrible. We need people believe in me, we need to do something as Sierra Leoneans. What's not the next steps go from taking the move so that free people and from that kind of violation there. We get a role for play. We get a very serious role for play. We not go sit down something today na LJ, tomorrow na other people and we see this they continue on and on. Watching how we roll. We they out today and we talk for people, but are we just talking like that in the social media? Nah, we need to do something. We're not just get for the shout on this issue and we talk. I don't know, nothing is done. When they pull out, that's normal. It's not normal. We need to do something. And we need to take this government to tax. We know people panic, oh, we go kill people but this got to start somewhere. It got to start somewhere. Now, so you don't happen in other countries. Then they prison people. Look this for politician also, Kamariba also, why they follow the story. Why is this guy in the prison up to today? In Senegal, when Macky Sall arrests Sonko, believe me, when the people rise up, they have to release this guy on sexual harassment. When you put Macky Sall in position straight away. Let's look at what is happening in other sub-countries or sub-regions. Look this guy. And people they talk for take into music or what they sing and it got nothing to do. That's that nine tool. That's why they vet young and that's why they say things. And that's have been going on and on for past governments. Why didn't they target this guy? How can you hold somebody just a human like that and scrape a year off, and even other people involved? For which reason? Why is he gonna spend 10 days there for? I listen to the spokesperson, what you say. I respect Sal so much that I know him, Samuel, as a second media spokesperson. But what he tell me and what he happen is contrary. It's sad, me brother. Yes, come on, they talk about this money business like the other day talk about this money business. We all happy how the money they denominate or so or whatever. But let us look at the economy. Is it feasible now? Is it feasible? I doubt it. This it's not tenable at this moment. It's not tenable for Sierra Leone for denominate as how the inflation days now. Every day check the dollars and the pounds where me they in England and see the rate of exchange now. If the economy is stable, fair enough. We say probably maybe it's gonna be a result to this one. But let's look at it and see what is coming on. What did then guy don't do? What the development don't do? What will they export? All of the cash crops before Israel alone we know of, they are not they're working today. their southeast parts, coffee, cacao, all of these things before we land off with the cash crop and what about we have. But where are we? And we talk of denominating money and the currency or whatever. Let's look at it. Is it not another plan or another scam? We will go for come suffer again, Tripoli. Me and you go for suffer because we have a lot of people to look after. Thank you very much once again. I do appreciate you every time I follow you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Yes, caller, you're live on here. You get 3 minutes. Your name and who the call from, please.
This is Namu Karma. I call from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yes, you get 3 minutes.
Yeah. Tripoli. The thing I want to say about this LAJ issue. I don't want like a lot of callers they call, but I don't want to make we divert the topic, right? If we say what they keep talking about LAJ, 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 what they call LAJ in name, would they miss the old thing? And what would they fight for? We'll not be able to gain it. We they fight for this police brutality, make it stop. It don't happen before LAJ. They do it to other people and we not get popularity like LAJ. And right now, I believe say other people in Benghazi, where they go through the same thing. But God just makes it more LAJ in popularity, they can make the police brutality go stop now, Salon. So I don't want to let the other side people that look like say everybody is talking over here for LAJ, LAJ, LAJ. Yes, LAJ is the victim now. But other people and they are the victim. I feel say all other people when they try for talk, not make them stop the police brutality in that country. Because the police system it's so corrupt. Either you like it or not, it's so corrupt, very corrupt. So if like this LAJ in issue go make we come out as a peaceful citizen and make the policeman and stop this brutality, then so be it. But I know people that take say everybody they call for in the talking say for defend LAJ, LAJ, LAJ. No. We talk, make this not happen again. Because one day people are going to say, you don't tell me to talk more. We don't talk this. You never know. The policeman in a salon, people like if you say the policeman is professional. No, they are not. You're not going to know until you get encounter with them when they talk. And they tell you, no, so they don't even know nothing they do. Then just wear a uniform. So if this LAJ thing they can inside, we miss the topic totally. All we try to say here is for the police, make them know how for do their duty, how for protect we, the citizens. But not to for brutalize you again. People in there, I get a younger brother where somebody just wake up one morning, point finger up and tell and say, hey, this person, I they can't take me in my house, I hear voice. It look like saying this person. Then go to the police station. And they put in herself for 2 days. And they keep asking, why did you put in herself for 2 days? We will not get no evidence. They say because they say they're hearing voice. Because so somebody say hearing voice. What if I go to house back and I say I wake up in the morning, I say this lady in a lie. When I go accepting a lie, when I left my brother back. That they tell you how corrupt the Salon police are. Would I first go report now in case they go before? I think this LAJ in issue will help a lot, make a lot of activists come and talk about this. So we tell you, thank you, especially you AAA, you guys doing good job and other things. They listen a lot of Facebook activists and they talk about this thing and following stop. If not LAJ God don't make like how Florida, America have be happen. I will hope say by the grace of God, this will stop. This will not get for politicizers and say, oh, na SLP, na APC. No, we're talking about the police. Where George Floyd issue happened in America, they not blame no governmental. Now the police, then they blame the police, the system. So this we're talking about the police here. The police system need to stop. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Have a good.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, caller, you get 3 minutes to say the call from, please.
Let me know.
You can speak up loud. You get 3 minutes. Yes,
Hi.
you from the UK
Okay, me?
line.
Okay. Hi, Tripoli. Good morning. This Salon
Caller from the UK line.
It's not Sierra Leone.
Okay.
And me looking at this,
Yeah,
for
go
me,
ahead.
I see say we police them. Now then are the most lawless people enforced in the country, the police and the politicians them. You know, they they don't do everything just for put the people them in that position wherein as then go feel so scared. They deprive, you know, the thing is when you to deprive person of in basics rights, it reach to a point that person no they behave normal. And at this are the sip and lots of the people in the country. I don't know some of we don't say we don't know what they call angry. We know they feel that angry where they angry when you know get something for it. And now this kind thing with people and they go through now the country and other the consent in there. So now then with politicians there. Then they deprive the people them of everything. For let the people and they feel say if anything we now we then do for them, then just they do them a favor. And not a favor then they do to we. These things then we self we get right. Now just a shame for lay them parliamentarians then they go sit down. Now parliament they demand so much from we the people from of Sierra Leone for do for them. While that they're not even they try to think of waiting the ordinary people that they go through. They're not even they talk small on how they go improve things for lay people and get just the normal basic life in the country. This is sad. And so LAJ in issue, you know, waiting salon people there, I know they understand. People then just they focus on LAJ na troublemaker, LAJ na this, LAJ na that. But the truth is that if person a troublemaker, bang, bo, na so them for do am, na so it dey go. Salon, we politicians they don't so away with that, then they test. Anything then they begin and they test. And this thing, will they come closer to elections? Are they waiting me are they see? If the people they not be careful, a lot of people them would not say then go talk against this, gonna go campaign against this government will get strong voices, then get for lost a lot of them. Then get for go keep a lot of them. Now that in place, then they will then get for go punish people then. If una go old person, una not find the person guilty. Una not the person not even know what una hold am for. Una say una go put am side where na just for go wait. For let una able do una investigations. Then straight off una go begin the barbie aid. And the police come when they interview that in AYV, it they make like say you don't understand. They get for talk Creole, they talk the common the simplest Creole. It they go and bend just because say he feels with the people the way they talk to we not stupid people then. And it don't make them clear to we see then they're not a part of the law. Then they're not police not get it right. So when this law where them put down at the press statement where them the press release where them put when it can become a law. Now just 2 days after what they don't now just the day where them have LAJ now that day then they start that new law in that place there. Now then they try for tell we the thing is that they don't take we so for granted that they're not the wrong we. Then they own up to their mistakes. Then for come up and say we are sorry. This na mistake we don't make. We get for correct them. But the problem is say if we the people them of Sierra Leone we not team up and demand waiting we want from them people here so. Now so back SLPP go there. All SLPP people they don't turn. They say nothing given a bad thing. Everything is right. Anything will happen is right. And SLPP no go try for make put things in place. Stay then come back just on a power APC come. Then the APC people never go stop for see all the wrongs. Then go begin see everything as right. And as so the thing go they continue. We people then go they suffer. Nothing they go before na the country. But if we want for later country they change, for later country they go before, we get for begin to stand up first to any government we come and tin up strong say, let we start first with the constitution. Let we start from the certain things, then the law we try for amend, the law we try for change, they will not need them again. Those then maybe they work today, but now then some of them know they work for we again for this generation where we depend. So me, I just dey plead to salon people them. Let we stop this thing. When something not happen to you, let you not say this thing, not to me business. It's guys, let them do and so. Tomorrow it go become you person. A lot of LAJ in that country. They so many people then please. Una let we focus and then we try for stand and then we demand what thing we want from we people from them we politicians they have to do to we. Thank you very much, Tripoli, for giving me this
All right,
platform.
thank you very much,
Bye-bye.
caller. Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on here. You get 3 minutes. You name and who the call from, please.
Yes, hello, do you hear me?
Yes, so they get you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. My name is Nimna Mohamed Barry. I call from South Portland, Maine. And about this LAJ issue, I want just touch a little bit about it.
Yeah, you get 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. The way I see this thing, if person must see is this politics inside of this, like wear good glasses. Like I say, I'm fine. This is all about politics. Why I say it's politics part of it. Then try for isolate them since even support APC, and then still that get a grudge for them and try for get them in any way. Most of the time, LG get problem here. As I be, personally, I know you get problem, but now possible I know for a fact, like if somebody talk about them or talk bad about them, it answer in a physical way or sometimes in a soft way. Okay, let's forget about that because this I know is part of politics. Number one, even for the sample, kill people them. A lot of people they kill, but even him, he get the basic human rights. Basic human rights, he been get them. When they bring on a court, they see him family and anything and they all. And they don't say telling small big brother Ishmael say they inject them with something. So if there's a wrong thing they do, why make them not go and bring another doctor? But let them can watch it's not true if they inject on something. That's a big allegation to the police, so they're supposed to take it seriously. You know, the way I see this thing is all about politics. That's my point on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Okay. The phone line don't close, so now call. We dey return calls them. Yes, caller, you did live on here. You get 3 minutes. You name and who side you call from.
Yeah, the name Natui. How are you?
Good, you get 3 minutes.
At the Cleveland, yes, sir. Hey, thank you. God bless Allah. Continue for bless you, Daddy. This now we continue to pray the Almighty God. Continue for help the people where they suffer. Because this LA business now something way very, very serious. You know they treat human being beyond indignity. You find her guilty when you not even put her in a competent court for trial. You bad here. But this you therefore not say not to the first then this is not happy. Anti-corruption don't find teacher them guilty. Almost strip them naked. You get the really corrupt elements in the country. Then they go scot free. Teachers are on examination malpractice. Go put them on country tree. Give them billboard them or whatever placard them. They parade them at the country. Man, that one you see say the justice system is so selective. But let me tell you one thing, LAJ one crime he commits as Salo when me see. Now just because of one color where he always associates himself with, where it's a red flag movement. It's not about politics. I'm not talking about politics, whether it is APC or SFPP. But always the issue where LAJ gets with this current government, that red flag movement, where he say his own color of a movement of waiting na his own brand, where they make he socialize with people where people are there with na red flag movement. Now this red flag movement they associate and say they there with the opposition. So now this na in crime in where he don't commit against this current dispensation, where he dey go and feel pain. Anywhere where he turn, he dey feel pain. Small thing, he go feel pain. My brother, Even our brother, the way people and they commit crime. So God, you know they take the law into you hands them, then you begin do some things the way it did to say because this person don't commit. No, you therefore give the person a fair trial. Who's time where we get this SOP way allow say police for bad somebody? The IGD for don't quote the SOP or the person will pull the press release. So we know whose one are this SOP? Whose part where this SOP day? So that we all go learn say, but this SOP when you forgo back somebody, you save the person. And the man in here where he get and a part of his own property and in body, where they for treat her with dignity. But with a pray no more to God, with people and are under bondage and they people and are you know that you criticize government that trouble. You say this against government are trouble. Ebo, this young man, you don't already do everything. Then people and they believe say the substance what they say they inject on LA. It is true because I talk short believe see, LA no they team up. They say they can't come to here. No. Pass them do something for let them subjugate them so they go get off that ear then I hate. So the other guy that way them cut say here, that cover up no one about LA you know be one court. But with the prayer no more let Almighty God continue for cover with people then. That the triangleness way they under right now. The Almighty God create provision for them. But again, he then the ball then at the court. For them to make a decision when the term reach. This is not a politics time. But you go know you where the load heavy, you for no say, but this load are heavy, this are need for pull and at the head. But this way will happen, all the human rights gains what we don't make for the past years them. All them gains and they all don't go behind again. Now if you put Salon at the index for human rights power, we go there behind the end. But we dey pray no more now. That pray we dey pray for let God cover with people and they give them security. But like the police when are the security and how believe say then go able be that security for anybody in that country today. That pray no more. Let Almighty God help we are and cover we all my brother.
Thank you very much, caller. The phone line don't close. Or they return calls then. No call because the phone line don't close. We don't try it today. We don't go a little over 4 hours. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, Triple Amina was an encounter. They call from New Jersey.
You get 3 minutes, Rosalind.
All right. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, me on contribution towards the topic this night. Since the whole thing starts, I be the get follow up on Facebook, the things how it starts and all that. Cause the way how this police brutality they go on in Sierra Leone is getting out of hands. Cause I don't see so many occasions, incident the way they happen online and where at the sea where people they do. And the worst part of it right now is that because the world right now don't expose. So anything where they happen, they hidden again. Cause Pass it, they take your phone, you video, and post anything, whatever way you see on Facebook or on any site that you post out on the internet, and immediately you go on the internet, it went viral. This police brutality ain't too much. And the thing where they mention about LAJ, say the court in Dweg, the court in here, then the Giam poison and something like that. And now substance issue, just like where they get the new name where they don't get right now, CID, because that's the thing where did they do. Because there are two people the way I know where don't go through that situation, the way them put they send the person, they say oh they do investigation or something like that. Then they give them poison, the same poison thing. LJ don't be the third somebody where I don't get details about that. Say where did they give poison, where they inject people in. And I then give you immediately then they release you, you go, you will be like 3 or 4 days, that's the end of it. You're gonna pass up. Now, so it always happen. The need for stop this, and the way that they give the order, cause police they know they do things by themselves. They go through order. Now, waiting them the big one that the IG or whatever it is, and they command them for doing, and they do. And the thing again, just like what they say, police they're willing for be well educated and something like that. Cause all the police the way they see right now, out of 80% police there right now, 80% now what they only get, which is GED high school diploma. Some they not even get any certificate, any qualification. Once you get you was, then you go do your medical checkup, do clearance and all that. Boom, you don't join the police force. And which is way bad. Now that they need for change that policy day. If they not change that and get for will even if another government come, it left for the keep happen over and over. And the last time I see a video, somebody posts, and they talk about when a civilian they beat officer and all that. And I write a comment. I say yes. I say that's good. I say I'm so happy about that. I say because you know what? I say it this totally shows that enough is enough. You can't be taking advantage on people like because officer you put you wear police uniform, which means you can seize advantage on civilian. And the way how they see things, how police they do things, a lot of people they join the police force for revenge on people who be don't do them something for a long time. Then they will say, oh this, oh ma what join the military, oh this now this I will do and something like that. It don't happen. It don't happen not to once, not to twice. It don't happen in so many occasions. This police brutality is too much. Look now, man, at Estin for land issue, no land issue. Police cop gun, boom, it shoots the man in foot. Now, so now man take loss in life na Estin. So many people already don't go through this issue, and just like how this whole thing started. LAJ, I say, you know what? I said this. Now, Ake, I say, just like what they say, Ake, I said this. Now, in the car, expose them. I say just tell like George Floyd. Wetin me happen, George Floyd, where in issue happen. They be done they kill so many blacks. But immediately in yon then see when the guy they talk, I can't breathe. Everything went viral, just like what they talk about the social media. And also then now now the world don't advance. Everything when now the technology don't advance. So me na mere contribution, the need for work on police brutality need for stop. The really need for stop that one. Let me say civilian lives matter because that's the thing what I will say. The need for stop that.
Okay,
And
thank you very much,
yeah,
caller.
all
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Let me see if I owe you call, make a return am. I don't think so. I will person call again. Miss call and so back, but alright. I don't do we on. Monday they come. Want to peaceful nation. Salon police try for pull a press release. But the press release for them try for pull. No, they not help them. Not help them. Ezekiel, why always they miss you call? Look like say. Look like say the phone now. On our two, I think you get for talk to her. It look like say you get for talk to the phone. No.
Hello?
I say it look like say you get for talk to the phone because I don't know why I always they see you call now. Yes, you get 3 minutes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Are they on now? Thank you so much, Triple A. Um, you know,
many times while they talk about the issues with waiting they go on at the country, they always bring them back to the president. The police have been don't clearly tell we from the beginning that they work for the government power. Like way somebody be say the president, Doctor Diallo be say, the president need for come out with a statement because this is don't go now the whole world, and think they parade the idea, say you don't reverse other things there about free speech and all these things. Me, on the contrary, with something where people and they say wrong with LAJ. On the contrary, there is nothing wrong with him. LAJ been don't get exposure to prison system. And when you get that exposure, there's a times where they hold back because and at the end of it all, now they no more than go carry you go. So in they look at waiting people and they feel in the country, they don't shut up everybody. Shut up everybody. The whole reason why this guy is constantly being targeted, then pick him up, now because he they speak against this government. Period. Allow now ask Silver Blinding why she has changed. Allow Silver Blinding begin for talk right now the truth way they see about waiting to happen in Sierra Leone if they no go pick you up again. They shut up everybody. The reason why we say they talk right now is because we day out. Then as alone we talk this, then they pick we up. Very unfortunate. So come over and over. If we not get president, we get love for the country and for the people. Continue for punish. Say no go happen. You can change the constitution if you not put her in an effective way. We go get laws and way they hold you accountable if you want for change them. Even if it come to for let them book you out of power, if we not put her into that constitution, now that country they will get a president, even the constitution where they write to go can't change her by force. You go begin for change this whole thing. So we get a Supreme Court where it comprised of tribe people. One judge from the Mende, one judge from the Timine, one judge from Limba, one judge from and then all the other tribes, and maybe just 9, just 6 Supreme Court where nobody know the change. If you can't change any one way they pass it, say now from that other tribe, now they for pull that person. Let's say you pull Mende man, you for put Mende man there. If we not get the system here set in place, good luck to all the. We can change the constitution with a one man where he don't come with the law for Sierra Leone, change the constitution and everything. We get another guy where he come, he get all the military under him, he get the police under him. He they freaking change on one night. Come with the cabal parliament, they change everything. So for letting you enjoy no more. People and that is still they continue for punishment until we get somebody with a love for that country. We go sit down. It's a law put a Supreme Court in place where President can they able to change up. Now the Supreme Court now ain't there for arbitrate some things there where you don't want to make it or you run the Supreme Court grab now and say no because you not get your cabal day. One Timini man, one Loko man, one Limba, one Fula, whatever amount you want for do. Now one do 5, now one for do 12. But when you get this mixture, it's very difficult for let them just they tamper with all kind of nonsense. You can change this constitution. You get one guy come back, he change it. So the people are already say this Turkey alone not put up a lady. Now for put up just like how the police been they brutalize people and but George Floyd happened. George Floyd will be the talk about. So the one person we go make some changes happen, let it happen. Mr. President, if you with all you issue we get with the LAJ, that woman we then talk about. Month. My goodness, you are talking about somebody we just go hard in Bele, not just 6 months ago, and that's Sierra Leone hospital, not to American hospital, not to standard hospital now overseas. Now salon place. So then na quack doctor go help her for lay born. So what's life now? Now they protect. Come on. At least reflect. Me woman, I will want let this happen to her. If this now me picking, I will want let this thing happen to her. The future of Sierra Leone now they try for so again. Una not really care because una they see them they languish every day. Then they die. Like chicken there. Una not care. So that one person they not a big deal to una.
So I don't know how for put on. But until we get somebody we get love for that country, they we go change the constitution and put some things them in place. We go make sure say if the next man can one can change something else, come out of power. If we not put that day in place, say that particular constitution, that part there, if you come, you want change them, allow the military for boot you out. If we not put her inside there, waste of time. We go spend all our money for make a nice constitution. The next man come with all in cabal, then change it. Back to square one. Continue for Fenway, how we'll get a good leader. We love the country and love the people of Sierra Leone and put some things them in place for let go before. Thank you so much, Triple. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel. Okay. Let me see. Who's this? Can we campaign for constitutional review? We already get that campaign going. Our constitution, our rights. We got Tanaya. We did do it alongside Abdulem Fatoma of Chadi. We get they go, and even Carl, Ibrahim Tomisef, then get another one where they go. Not that people are not speaking up. People when they speak up, you get different group themselves where they still call for this, say, they need for look inside the constitution for review the constitution. So no say people they know they talk, people when they talk. But it is what it is. But we're not tired. We're not tired at all. They do we part. At least people then go say, oh, but people then be they talk. If you get few people that will be they talk. And at least we name them go come up. I'm glad the way people will be able to point out, say, this is not only about LAJ. I make be they talk. I even talk, say, we own Naya Prezo Koroma because it's part of Sarah Network. He's among. So not to say not directly for LAJ no more. No, other people that will go fair now. They're all there behind bars. They all go there behind bars. They say no can't cut. They say well logo. Now share the logo fair now to waiting happen. Now so then take get to the own. Now what the law they say? Now 12 people. 12 people. Them people are not be there part of the robbery with violence where they talk about too. They not be there do. Okay. Just in case you want to miss the point, Naya. Then they not be even the. But now, then they behind bars. For best known to the I don't know then go wait no wait because still yet they not charge them, they not see waiting them hold them for yet. I don't see. Because maybe na the tell go say, oh well waiting and go say maybe na misdemeanor na fellow no na then go make noise na the na CID then be good in and go make noise or wanting to know na end up may they arrest you like why? I'll get a proper system and that's all we ask of. A proper system where the we no say we get right. Because don't know this then as I no the person they say I dey lock the key, I go to go and water. Also, this then be done day. We don't want to go to those days anymore. We don't want to go there again. Even if you not go able to lock the key, we go to go the key na water. But that few time where you go spend with them, where they go torture you and all those things. No. We don't come out in this then day. Say cannot kill me waiting, but na corny kill me. If I say Walt, you know Walter could suit. We don't come out today. I made them say we get a force for good. Maybe some people not even know what they talk about right now. But we don't want to go there anymore. And we not go sit down. We see ourselves the creep, they go this small. Let us disturb the peace. Let us say I'm bug. But let the law better. Let the ball law better. I for better. I didn't the constitution. I didn't the books. Eh? It's why we get issue with Asma James. What will they talk now? It's different from that ending. And this now, people will go fenot. Eh? People will go fenot. They're all behind bars now. So guess what? You yourself now, if they say, well, they say now I pay a cut money, you get mine go. Say let go check because you know say the last one they will go they arrest them. You self go they arrest to now. Eh? Okay. But that one they need to stop with for go salon. No. The love we get for the country, that's why we're doing this. It's not out of malice, not out of politics. No. I just want a country where I know say we then kind of broke and thief. Where I call police, then go investigate proper. They not go tell me say file loan loss. They not go say that they can't do A, they not come. They not go direct them foot. Then go tell me the first 48 hours they get what they get for do, and at the end of the day, well, this is it. But they say they go fet and thief person. Police say that they take 10 days. 10 days, 9 then they take. Because at the end of the day, no watch ya. If not to a big, then go just say, go big down, they did in family, go big and go big and don't the talk down. How long by that? Because I so get such alone. We get issues, people and say, go big, settle them. Eh? Settle them. But again, election they come. They'll make a decision, yeah? If you don't want this, but the only right than the way you get, change them. But if you think say this okay, then let's continue for go. Yeah? Okay. We'll go there back on Monday. Go there back on Monday. I got a place with sweet beloved land. Till we meet again on Monday. You need for rest too. Not tout salon problem. You need for rest, yeah? Just so I let you know that. Just in case you don't know.